driving. Let me know if you guys like my new glasses. I liked them when I was trying them on, but that's only because I was feeling the pressure of the lady that was helping me, who was a real sweet lady. I will say that. I really liked her. She's a Hello Kitty fan just like I am. But I was taking up so much time, and like the next appointment, who came in maybe like 15 minutes after I did, was already done with their their like session with the optometrist, and I was like, oh my god, they're already done and I'm still here trying to figure out which glasses I want. So I was just like, let me just get these ones. And like they're Michael Kors, which like I would never in the right mind pay what I did for these glasses, but the insurance like covered half of it, and it was one of those like, girl, you need to get going moments. So I just chose these, and now that I have them, I'm not very fond of them, and it sucks because I kind of feel like I look like Edna from The Incredibles, which is not flattering. Like at first I kind of thought they gave me like a Batgirl vibe, or like a Robin vibe. Robin if he was a woman, but now I'm like, I look like Edna, especially when I don't like put my face on or get ready. I look like shit. But it's okay. If anything, I might just go back to Zenny Optical and order like a cheaper pair of glasses there. And also, quick little update about what's going on with midlife. My fiance just started working at Oakley, so honestly, like the Oakley warehouse. So maybe I'll have a new discounted frame in my life, pair of frames in my life. That would be amazing. So I think it's time. I've told my family the news. I've told a lot of my close friends the news. There's a few of my friends who I have not seen in person yet, because this is the kind of news you want to tell your friends in person, not through like a text like, hey, where you at type of text. This, you got to tell them this in person because it's a real life occurrence. But I'm going to tell you guys because I feel like I can no longer post any videos without mentioning it in some sort of way. But I am 2 months pregnant. I am 2.5 months pregnant, actually. I'm due in August, the last week of August. And I am super excited. Everyone's like, was it planned? Aww. And I'm like, it wasn't planned, but it definitely is not a surprise either, because we just weren't taking the necessary precautions. But I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's not like I'm 15, so it's okay. And I've always wanted a baby since I was a little child. I used to tell my mom I wanted 10 kids, but she would tell me like, Daniela, that's what you say now, like wait until you have one. And I'm like, okay. And like I haven't even had one yet, but I understand where she's coming from now, like the finances, the sanity, the personal time. I get it. Like there's no way in hell I'm gonna have 10 kids now, but I'm on the road to having one now, and I'm so excited. It's pretty cool. But I will say this, now that I know that I'm going to become a mother, I am very, very aware of other mothers now, and I can tell it's all downhill from here as to who I used to be. I can tell I'm becoming a whole nother person, and it's fine. Like, of course, the old me would not be fit to be a mother, but the new me, the one I'm becoming, is very well equipped. And I have a feeling I'm gonna be like a very judgmental, like snobby mother, and I'll give you a few examples of why. So, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I have told a few people that I'm pregnant, and girls that I know that have already had kids, I think some of their favorite questions to ask are like, oh, so are you still smoking? Are you still drinking? And my answer is obviously no. Well, I will admit though, I was drinking the entire month of December, and I was pregnant at the time, but I didn't know, so that's different. And I think that happens to pretty much like every mother that smokes and drinks. They continue to do whatever they do until they find out they're pregnant. But the difference, what I'm trying to say here is, I stopped. The moment I was even, the moment I found out, basically, I stopped. Now, some of these mothers who chose not to stop, kind of try to like hint or straight up say like, well, you know, you can and nothing's gonna happen, right? You know, you can smoke and your baby's gonna, like, look at my kid. That's what they always say. They're like, look at my kid, is fine. And I'm just like, I don't want my kid to be like your kid, is all I'm gonna say. Like, I just don't. Like, especially because the way my doctor put it, and I'm not gonna, you know, do exactly everything my doctor says. Like, I will follow it to what I think is, you know, correct. And to this point, I actually have. Like, I followed. There's nothing that my doctor has told me thus far that I have like necessarily strayed from. Like, no. Like, she okayed coffee, which I was so glad about. Only 1 cup a day, you know, not fucking Starbucks for lunch type shit anymore. But where was I going with that? Basically, I was saying that that although infants and maybe toddlers will not show like cognitive abnormalities or cognitive like slowness like I'm experiencing right now. Keep in mind that is because I'm driving, okay? And it is what is this, a 55? Yeah, I'm still on 55. Though they won't show like, it's because the word, I'm gonna say it in Spanish. They won't show like retraso, which means like, it doesn't mean retarded. That's not what that means. Retraso means like kind of behind. Though they won't show like a behindness in like cognitive skills at an early age, that is in no way any indication that maybe in their like 11th year of life or in their 16th year of life, they won't suddenly like snap and just fall completely behind. And of course, there's a lot of social factors that go into it as well. And, you know, if they take any other medications later down the life that might impair them. But all I'm saying is I don't want to be responsible for fucking up my kid at the beginning. Especially because a kid, at the end of the day, is an investment. One of the main reasons I wanted to have a kid, and still want to, is because I already know that family really is everything, and the government will fuck you and will leave you behind, and family will not leave you behind. That's the only difference. I mean, family is still crazy and they will fuck you as well. Not literally, but I mean, unless you're into that thing. But family will take care of you. At least in the Mexican culture, that's how it is. So why the hell would I want to, you know, start my kid off on a bad note? Like, 60 years down the road, that kid, retrasado or not, is gonna take care of me. And I don't want to be responsible for this kid, like, not knowing what the fuck to do with their old ass mother. And, you know, of course, for a lot of reasons as well. A lot of other reasons as well. I want them to be healthy. I don't want, because yeah, you're right. There is a lot of moms, or by as in you, I mean the girl that told me this. There are a lot of moms that get away with smoking and drinking and God knows what else during pregnancy, and their kid does turn out fine for the most part. But I don't want to be that one bad case where they're like, see, this is why you don't smoke, you know? And that's just horrible. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Because it's a baby, it's a fresh start. And now I'm just very judgmental of people with older kids as well. And not always in a malicious way, you know? Just in little, like, fun ways, I guess, in little comical ways. For example, what inspired me to film this video today is I just left work, and my cousin comes up to me with this like little brochure, I guess, or a little pamphlet of like mixed nuts and like dried fruit and beef jerky, and he's like, you want any of these? And I already knew like right away. I was like, oh, are these your kids, like from school? It's like a fundraiser. Remember when you had to do those? And I do remember that my dad used to do the same thing. He used to take the little C's candies, like books or whatever they gave us, and he would take them to work, and he would just, I guess, do the same thing that my cousin just did, to say, hey, you want to buy some of these for my kid? And especially because I know the damn kid, he's my nephew, I can't say no. I gotta help him. I don't want to be that one kid that didn't make any sales, you know? So anyway, I say, yeah, I'll buy some. I bought dried mango and beef jerky, because who doesn't like dried mango or beef jerky? Unless you're a vegetarian, then I understand. But beef jerky sounds so bomb right now. Like, I cannot wait to have that in my little hand. But then I started thinking, as I was walking to the car, I'm like, dang, I just got bamboozled off $13. That's $13, but you know, when struggle is real and you're waiting on your tax return, $13 is $13. So anyway, I started thinking, his son didn't actually physically do anything, you know, to make that sale. His dad did it for him, and that is the perfect opportunity of something I would hopefully, and I hope I can rewatch this video and say, yes, I did what I wanted to do before I gave birth. Let me just tell you the strategy that I think would benefit my kid a lot more than just taking it to work. I would say, okay, let's make a list of all the people you want to sell these items to. In this case, nuts and dried fruits and beef jerky. And then my kid would probably name a few people, and I would say, well, these people that you mentioned don't have money because they're children like you. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to call their parents and see if they are willing to. And I will have to break it down to my kid. Well, I'm going to turn the air on because it's hot. Ooh, it's finally hot. I swear it's been so cold, which is nothing in Southern California. But I digress. I would have to break it down to my kid and let him know, hey, just because you're calling well-intentioned and just because you know this person and probably like them and think they like you as well, does not mean they will buy it. And it does not mean they are in any way in any obligation to buy anything from you. 1, because they could be allergic to nuts. 2, because they could be saving money for something else. Or 3, because they already probably purchased that exact same item from another kid who thought of them as well. So that is something that will happen to you in every aspect of business in real life. So I will, make that really clear, and then I will say, are you ready? I will be right here with you while you make these calls. And of course I will then in that moment, after they've mentioned who they want to call, I will at that moment text my friends and say, hey, my kid is going to call you in like 5 minutes. He's going to try to sell you something. Just, be polite. Actually, or maybe I won't even do that. I don't know. But unless I like for